Ladies and gentlemen, it's Blood Bowl!
Hello there, Blood Bowlers, and welcome to Two Dice Block. I'm your host, Steven.
And I'm just the sidekick, Luke.
Yes, he is. So welcome to today. Today we're on the road to the last stretch of the Sunshine Coast Blood Bowl League 2023.
Season 4.
Season 4. 4 seasons of madness. We've gone 4 seasons of madness, and it's still amazing. It still blows me away. We're still having a blast. Are you having a blast? And if you are, like us, share us, tell your granddaddy, tell your pappy, your mammy, tell your auntie, your next door neighbor that we've got this league going on and ask them to join in. All right. Today we're going to be discussing our road to the finals.
Yep. So we've had a 7-game season with 4 divisions of 8 players each. So we've had 24 players sign up for the season.
One of our biggest, actually.
Yeah, it is actually our biggest. We've had a couple of dropouts. These things happen. But luckily we've had a couple of people trying to get into the league. And
they step up.
Then they were able to
Love it when they step up.
So we've gone through a regular season, and we're actually at a point where grand final is now 1 week away.
It is. It's 1 week away. So hopefully this video comes out soon, and then you guys can see it, and we can discuss more about it. We'll also be looking at doing another video for the finals and break down the teams. And again, just trying to give you guys as much information as we go along. So this is a welcome back to Two Dice Block as well.
We've had a pretty big hiatus.
We have had a big hiatus, but I think it's more that we've stopped to think about our creativity and where we're going to go from here. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to give you the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and let you know who's in the running for the finals. All right,
so stick around to the end.
Stick around, yeah. Shall we start that?
Yes, absolutely.
So looking at the quarterfinals, we've had 8 teams, 2 from each of the division, and 2 players are wild cards that have been picked to bring in.
So the way that we figured that one out was the 7th and 8th position was people with the highest league score.
Yeah.
So we ended up with, if I'm not mistaken, we had the Heretics Harpooners coming in with one of the wild cards, and the other one was Keepers of Midgard, which is Sean.
All right.
So, okay.
So let's have a breakdown of the team. So the first match we're going to talk about today is the Lustrian Yellow Jackets against the Davy Divas. It's a Norse team. An Amazon team. My bad. An amazing Amazon team against the Dwarves.
Now it's a crazy matchup. Everyone knows how tough it is to play against dwarves. Amazon's first dwarves, it sort of neutralizes.
It does, isn't it? With that tackle, with block, and that toughness of the dwarves. I think that's what stood against the Lustrian Yellow Jackets, the Amazon team, coached by Coach David, one of our really good coaches as well, a 2-time champion.
Commissioner too.
And a commissioner, yeah, exactly. So the scores for the finals were 1-2, going to the Davy Divas. Davy Divas beat the Lustrian Yellow Jackets by 1 point. No deaths, but individually both of them had caused a casualty, and it was a pretty good match.
I did speak to our coach David after the match, and I think from what I was told, Coach David stalled when he should have, and gave the ball up with a failed dice roll. And gave Julian the advantage.
It happens. Like Icarus, we fly too close to the sun. We think we can, push the distance, and we try it. I know very well that my hubris has cost me many, many matches. So, and still, I will do the same. 9 out of 10 times, I will roll the same thing. What we got next? Who's up next?
Okay, so our second quarterfinals was Keepers of Midgard, which is Coach Sean, against Soul Assassins, which is Coach Jason. All right, so I didn't get to see this game, but looking at tour play, the final score was Soul Assassins 2 touchdowns to 0 against the Keepers of Midgard. Not a lot of casualties. 2 to the Dwarves, 1 to the Norse. Few inducements there.
There was a few. The Soul Assassin kind of took a few, don't they? They had
actually, I haven't
Cindy
seen
Pie Whistle,
ex-Goddenheim in a game before. but that would have been fun. Cindy Pie Whistle and Acorn the Squirrel. Good fun.
Yeah. And like I said, I think Soul Assassin, which coached by Coach Jason, he's doing really well.
First season with us.
First season.
From having a few conversations with him, he's an old school Blood Bowler,
Ooh.
going back to his youth. But yeah, he's just joined Central Coast Blood Bowl League and he's kicking butt. He did really well in Sunny Coast Slam too.
Yeah, we love having old blood, in our league. These guys have such an amazing idea on how to play their teams and what's good, what's bad, and they've grown through the time as well. So it makes it even better to have them with us. And I've learned so much just watching some of our senior coaches.
Different ways to play.
Dude, it is amazing. Well, with that, we've got it's a 2-0 victory to Soul Assassins, and we're off to the races with the South Park Cows against Oak Rock. It's a humans against the Orc team, a very old school season 1 box team, right? So you got your basic teams, your humans against the Orcs. What do you think the score would be like? You think it'd be like 2-1, 2-0, 2-all?
Not with Ken.
Not with Ken.
4-0.
He runs the Orcs like Skavens. I have no idea how he does this, but he's
pretty relentless.
He's got dodge on his blitzes, doesn't he?
no dodge in his entire team.
Well, no, he has.
I'm pretty sure he went a single secondary.
He has
but
a dodge.
He's got dodge on 2 now. What?
He's got dodge on 2 of his 2 of his blitzes.
Now this is a second season team, so having a few extra skills has definitely worked for him.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know. It blows me away to know that there are Orcs out there with dodge. Right now, we only need his sidestep, and he's off the road. There we go.
No, that's a gnarly team. Dude.
It is.
Amazing.
So we've ended the match. They ended the match at 4-0 with 5 casualties caused. And yeah, so humans team, Jason, John, you did very well. Thank you so much. Well done on your team. Look, the humans are now injured. I suggest shamblings. Their bones are already broken. You come back. You got regeneration. You paint out the same thing. Just put a bit of paint, and we'll go from there. So, Oak Rock off to the next round.
Awesome. So our last game in the quarterfinals is Ragrix
Ragrix Raiders,
which is Andrew, and Heretics Harpooners with Dave. Okay, so at the end of the regular season, Heretics Harpooners, not giving too much away, they got
with the High Elves,
High Elves, most touchdowns for the season. Amazing accolade there. Looking at the game between these two dudes, 2-1 to the Norse over High Elves. I think it could have gone either way, in all fairness. 2-1 still relatively close.
We did have one permadeath.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We did have one permadeath, so let's have a moment of silence for who died. Let's have a look and see who died.
It is, I can't read that.
Who's that? Garth Brooks.
It's Garvithil the Wild. Okay, it's a great name.
Garvithil the Wild. It's a linesman.
It's a linesman.
Moment of silence.
It's still very sad.
Hey, all right.
So, Ragrix Raiders off to the next round. So that was our semifinals, our quarterfinals. Now in the semifinals, we've got the Daily Divas going up against the Soul Assassins. Ooh. Now, do you remember what they were? 2 dwarf teams going up head to head. Mirror match.
I know it's a mirror match, but I mean, look, mirror match, unless you've got the same skills, the same plays, the same coach, the same mindset, that's a mirror match. But there's no 2 teams that run the same. I run a Skaven team, you run a Skaven team.
Yeah.
And we're not the same.
Yeah, no.
I would
2 different beasts.
I put some weird skills on my Skavens.
I don't get skills.
So right. What are we looking at?
Dwarf on dwarf action.
Yeah.
Soul Assassins with the win.
Soul Assassins with the win. 2-1.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, and we've got another death. Let's have a look and see who passed in this match here. We've got Double D.
Okay, so
the dwarf runner, the queen, the notorious. She did a touchdown in the earlier part of the game, and then she got taken out.
Yeah, okay, so this player has probably been marked for death for a little while.
Oh, she is amazing, isn't it?
Double D, last season, one of our league awards was most SPP on a single player, and it was Double D.
Double D.
I can't really tell you exactly how much experience points she had last season, but she walked into this season as season 2 team
With a massive
and
target on her back.
can do everything a dwarf can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, what happened to Double D? We've all had a
Well, it was what looks like from here. It was a dwarf blocker lineman.
What they do to Double
That's
D?
it's a long name. I'm not gonna butcher that name. But one of the Soul Assassins blockers came up and gave her a love tap and
Dead. Gone.
dead.
Okay, so the funny story behind this is Julian made the choice to get rid of his apothecary before the game.
No.
He decided, he said, I don't want the team bloat. I don't want Coach Jason
No.
with, any extra inducements, so he got rid of his apothecary.
Ladies and gentlemen, first aid is always important. I think an apothecary is an important player. It is part of your team. I say you should have had it.
Yep.
But should have, could have, would
It's like insurance. It's better have it, not need it, than need it, not have it.
Exactly. So we end the match at 2-1 with the victory going to the Soul Assassins. Coach Jason moves forward.
Straight into grand final, because this is the semifinals.
Yep.
So the winner of that game is now our first finalist, Coach Jason with the Soul Assassins.
Yeah, that's
now,
it.
The next game to get into the finals. What do we got here?
Look, this is a bit of a mix for me because I both of these coaches are really good friends of mine. I like both of them. I had a very hard struggle to decide who I was going to put my money on. But you know what? I said, you know what? I'm not putting money on. You know, I'm going to watch this match and enjoy it. And we've had the Ragrick Raiders. Man, that's a tongue twister. Thank you so much, Coach Andrew, for that. Had a massive inducement. He had so much to go. Well, now let's see what he took.
Yeah. Okay, so wow, that's right.
For the
Borak the Despoiler.
For the first time, I've seen him on the pitch. Borak the Despoiler. It's Lord Borak. Okay, you got to put the Lord Borak. You don't just randomly call him Borak. He ain't no friend.
A couple of coaches and Hackflem. So that double combination of Hackflem and Lord Borak the Despoiler. You'd assume some good stuff's going to
Well, I mean, Hackflem is there. Like, why isn't Hackflem... What was happening with Hackflem? We don't know.
Look, I think there was a couple of key plays there where the dice deserted Andrew, unfortunately. Yeah. Ken has voiced his opinion that Lord Borak is his most hated.
His bane. It's the bane of... It's the thorn in his side... The chink in his armor and the bane of his existence.
The thing is, Ken's had this huge team value for a couple of seasons now, so he's seeing a lot of star players against him. Yeah. Lord Borak, he doesn't want to do it again.
No, I've thrown a giant at him. Acorn, but still, like this,
he's very resilient.
He is unfazed. I mean, this is the thing. A seasoned coach just walks through all of these things.
Now, the score of this game. So the winner of this going to the grand final, Ken Orkrock.
Ken! Woo! Well done, man. Well done.
Come back next season, Andrew? Yes?
He will. Yeah. Andrew's going to come back next season, and he's going to blow away. Well, Andrew was our champion for last season as well.
He was a rookie champion.
He was a rookie champion last season, you know, alongside with the champion. So, again, a vintage, a veteran player. He's played many good games. He knows his stuff. He's had
some good results at local tournaments.
Yes, he has, and he is really good with the sneaky git. You know, now with sneaky git taking a bit of a sting. Yeah, with fouling, he's upset. I'm cheering on for the change. Thank you, GW, for the change. So 2-0 victory to Oak Rock. The Oaks make the finals.
So we are going to do, our next video will be talking about two teams in a little bit of detail.
Yeah. I think the next video we're going to do is the road to victory for these two teams, and we might go in a bit in depth on how they built their team, how you know the ups and downs of having a dwarf team in the finals and an orc team in the finals. No agility. Like, these two teams are solid defenses. They got good movements, but I mean, it comes down to how you play your teams, I suppose,
Now,
right?
this is pretty cool. So, if you haven't used Tour Play before, they have this excellent thing with the Honors tab.
Oh, yes.
I just pulled up this season's leaderboard.
Yeah, let's have a look and see.
Best defense for the season, Orkrok. 4 touchdowns scored against him in 9 games.
Wow.
Okay, and Soul Assassins, very, very similar. 5 touchdowns against him in same thing, 9 games. That's outstanding. And, like, it's pretty easy to score, hey, Steven. But defense is where it's at. So these two dudes it's gonna be accurate.
Yeah, let us know if you want us to talk about the honors page as well. In the honors, we've got things like most valued, most famed, most experienced, best performance, best scorer, best defense, most beast. Ooh, that's a good one. Is that most beast? Most injured, most deadly, most dirtiest player, most sent off, most completion, most interception, which is a very solo place because it only stands from one person who's in there. Best stunty, best run, and worst run. You know, so yeah.
I might be there somewhere.
Yeah, so maybe let's have a look. See, we got a bit of extra time. Let's run you through, shall we? Most valued.
Can with a team value of 2,180,000.
Wow,
that's impressive.
That is the first time I've seen a team hit the 2 million mark.
Okay,
and I tell you what, if he hit 2 million mark and not get into the finals, whoo!
It is impressive.
Yeah,
it is definitely impressive. Okay, most famed. So this is all about gold. We have the Ford Escorts, which was a
it's a Westie team. Yeah, so it's another Norse team. Yeah, well
Norse
done.
Team with 6 dedicated fans. That's a lot of gold coming through the door.
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
Okay,
it's a tie. Actually, it's a 4-way tie on the top for most famed.
Yeah, wow. Yeah,
and
that's
2 of them.
No, that's actually quite interesting because 3 of those top 4 are all Division 1 coaches.
Exactly. So
I'm
you got.
fine about it. I'm Division B.
Yeah, that's it.
Unlucky.
I know. Look, it happens. You know, you sometimes you're there, sometimes you're not, but it's okay. Most experience. So most experience. What number of SPPs you scored through the season? At a whopping 197 SPPs,
which is that's amazing. that's a lot.
That is good, and that again, Orc Rock for the honors role.
Oh yeah, they're killing it.
Best performance.
Yeah,
man.
Clowntown Killers.
Clowntown
I don't know
Killers.
how pulled that off, but sitting at the top there, best performance.
108. Well done, mate. Well done. Touchdowns. We got the most touchdown.
Now the interesting thing here is we got a tie for first, but Orc Rock has played 2 extra games than the Heretics Harpooners.
Oh yes,
because of the final series.
That's true. That's true. So he's moving forward.
Amazing work from the Heretics Harpooners.
That's it. Yeah.
And I think the interesting thing to see there is, yes, most score, most touchdowns.
Yeah.
But if we quickly scroll down to completions, there it is, 24 completions from the Heretics Harpooners. So
wow,
like, that's a pretty good passing game for every completion. That's a touchdown. So that's amazing.
That's pretty cool though. That is a pretty solid.
Okay.
Best defense. So you got touchdown against. Is that the touchdown against?
Yeah, that's right.
So throughout the whole run, he's only had 4 touchdowns against him.
Okay, let's put things in perspective for a second.
Yeah.
Season 1, his first season at Sunshine Coast Blood Bowl League.
Yeah.
1 touchdown against him.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't feel so bad now. You know, like not scoring against him. I don't feel so bad. I'm like, it's okay. You can't score against somebody who is such an awesome, solid defense. I must say, I must find some time to sit down and have a chat with him and maybe pick his brains.
Yes, absolutely. Eat his brains.
Ooh.
Okay, most beasts. Well, I think that's Ken's style. If there's no players on the pitch, I'm going to win every game.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
The ball is an option.
So, once again, huge numbers for Ken. 39 casualties in 9 games.
Well, I mean,
so what's the math on that?
Right.
What's the average?
Was that 3 SPP per?
3 touchdowns.
So that's what 30. That's 90.
3 touchdowns a game. That's good. That's
90,
really good.
117. Yep. 117 SPPs alone just from casualties.
Brilliant. Hey.
Whoo! Most injured!
At the top again. Yes, I played Ogres this season. Nobblers aren't very tough.
Yeah.
So I had 32 injuries in 7 games.
That's
Pretty
it.
good.
Deadly.
Okay,
Most
so
deadly.
At the start of the season, I had a look at this, and Stephen was winning. most permadeaths.
Most permadeaths.
I think.
No, this is most permadeath caused, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, thank God! I thought mine. I remember dying once, but yeah,
so-
I've killed quite a fair bit. And you're sitting on the top of the table at 6 deaths.
Yes.
Look at you, man! You need to get some stripes on your guys.
That nasty D16 got super lucky.
One for each ogre.
What? Most dirty player. Well, it was always going to be between the Snotlings and the Ogres, wasn't it?
It was, and we were 1 point apart from the Snotlots, from Chris Wilcox and you. So well done on being the most dirtiest player.
Yeah, the most ground blitzes.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that is the new thing, ground blitz.
Ground blitz.
So ground blitz.
If you don't know it, now you know.
Heads big cheers to Dave, Coach Dave, for ground blitz. He is the ground blitz.
Absolutely. Sent-offs, well done. Snots a lot. Chris again with some.
Well, if you're going to blitz, if you're going to ground blitz, you're going to catch the eye of the referee, and those dice rolls will betray you eventually.
Absolutely.
9
send-offs in 7 games, so that's pretty good. Completions, we spoke about that. So actually, Ford Escorts with the most, 29, and interesting fact with the Ford Escorts, they actually made it to the finals and then made their choice that it wasn't for him.
No, that's all right. Look, it's
gave his position, and I believe Heritage Harpooners was next in line to get it. So that's some really good sport there.
Yeah.
To
and not mistaking that Ford Escort is a Norse team. So passing on with the Norse team and having those skills is amazing in a sense.
It absolutely is. I know I couldn't pull that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the passing of they've got pass.
Yeah.
The Valkyries have pass and they're passing skill 3. So
it's the catching that gets me. It's the catching part. You got to complete. It's not just about only throwing the ball. It's about making sure that the player that you pass to didn't have popcorn before he started the match. You know, his buttery fingers. He can catch the ball. He's not drunk. He's not a drunkard that he's had one too many and seeing 5 balls flying towards him. So that completion is important.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a good one. So
okay, where are we up to?
We're at most interception.
Oh, we've.
Now this guy stands alone in this mountain top. This is his mountain and only him. Mm-hmm. Unless the next round something happens. But at this point in time, there has only ever been 1 interception this season.
Which is Ragnick's Raiders.
Raiders. Against, that was during the, against the High Elves.
Was it?
Yeah, it was against that. It was a cannon. It was
with Cloudburster too.
Cloudburster, yeah.
So he re-rolled the
Cloudburster.
Well
and he
done.
got a 6. He got a 6. He picked up the ball, and you know what? Your turn ends. So if you threw the ball on the first goal, he catches the ball, turn ends.
Yep, absolutely.
That's it, yeah.
Best stunty.
Oh, this is
a lot again.
Yeah.
Well, you got to win games to be at the top.
It is, and again, a lot of people might say that the Stunty League is the true Stunty.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done.
Best
Chris.
run. Look at that.
Okay, so looking at 2 seasons, Ken's been with us 2 seasons. He lost 1 game last season. He's lost 1 game this season.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So his consecutive wins, he's tied with Lustria Yellow Jackets for 7 in a row.
Yeah, 7 consecutive wins. Wow.
Lustria Yellow Jackets being the one to stop Ken from having 9 in a row.
Yes.
So well done.
Well done for Lustrians. Well done.
And here we go. So looking at worst run, I'm in there again, which is great. We can't really.
It's a 4-way tie to the top there for the worst run. So 5 consecutive losses.
Yeah.
And look, not taking away from any other coaches, everyone's been amazing. We've got Ash, Scott, Luke, and Elijah at the top with 5 consecutive losses, which is enormous. You know what Nuff give, Nuff take us away.
Well, I think that just about wraps up our
season
of Central Coast Blood Bowl.
Well, yeah, so we'll stay tuned. And again, congratulations to our 2 finalists, Orc Rock and the Soul Assassins.
Absolutely. Good luck,
We'll
guys.
see you at the finals. Take care.